company. That's what the wise men said.
Because, of course, not only do we have International Women's Day, we also have women and equality questions every month in the Chamber, which we don't have for men. So the opportunity for men to raise issues that are important to them is very limited. And just to give you a flavour, Mr Chairman, of the type of things that may come up and which will be part of International Men's Day, I'm not entirely sure why it's so humorous, but to discuss issues such as men's shorter life expectancy, wider male health issues, many of which go...
You have to excuse me for laughing, that the idea that men don't have the opportunity to ask questions in this place is a frankly laughable thing. As I say, as the only woman on this committee, it seems like every day to me is...
Well, I wasn't making, with respect, I wasn't making that point. I wasn't making the point that men don't have an opportunity to ask. I was about men's issues.
How do I begin to explain how disappointing and how affecting that all was when it came out? I realise I'm late to this, but it's been difficult to talk about it, and I've been away. Usually I approach these things at a distance by seeking to rationalise them and talk about them in terms of cold, hard statistics and facts, because these are things that are reliable. You know, people's stories and personal experiences, while affecting, well, as the saying goes, anecdotes aren't data. But this woman, her utter dismissal, and this is someone who's elected to government, a Labour MP no less, who is supposed to be concerned with equality and fairness and the safety and security of the common man, at least according to their party philosophy. And she just laughs and outright dismisses that men might have any problems whatsoever. And I went to my therapist after hearing about this, and I sat on his couch and I cried. I was angry and sad, and I felt utterly betrayed by the people who are supposed to represent us in Parliament, who are supposed to be looking out for us. Well, here's a cold hard statistic. The latest suicide statistics suggest that of all the suicides in 2014, 78% were men. And I was nearly one of those, several times in the past. And she's willing to just dismiss that men are killing themselves at 4 times the rate that women do. As she sat in a bath, fully clothed, soaked to the skin, drunk, having downed half a bottle of whiskey to get her courage up, and pressed a razor blade to her wrist, because she feels useless, unwanted, unloved, unneeded, abandoned, forgotten, worthless. Has she? I doubt that very much. Does she have any idea why so many men are killing themselves? Does she care? Does anybody care? Does anybody care? It doesn't seem like it some days, does it? It doesn't seem like you matter to anybody. Men don't matter. Men's issues don't matter. Our diseases don't matter. Our suicides don't matter. Our deaths don't matter. Our education doesn't matter. Because the story has been women matter. Women are behind. Women are disadvantaged for 100 years. And we moved and we acted and we changed that, and it's no longer true. And men have been left behind, I think. I've been left behind. The mental health system is just not set up to deal with men. It's not adequate to talk to men, to deal with men, and the solutions of people who like to say, oh, masculinity is to blame, don't fix it. Men aren't women, and the solution isn't to turn men into women, it's to deal with them on their own terms, as men. I mean, the mental health system in the NHS, God bless them, completely failed me. Drugs, sure, they'll give you pills. That's low maintenance. But therapy, oh, that's hard to get. There's long waiting lists. And they weren't interested in me until I tried to kill myself. And until I somehow managed to get myself down to the doctor's surgery after being sat in that bath. And told them what happened. Then suddenly the wheels started to turn, you know. Suddenly it went from 3 months wait to 2 weeks to see someone. But they only have a one-size-fits-all CBT therapy. And that doesn't work for everybody. It didn't work for me. I was fortunate in that, with help, I've been able to afford to see a private therapist who specialises in men's issues. And I'm so much better now than I was. I'm okay, I'm just emotional about this. So the people who panic and worry and stuff, don't. I'm just, this is right in your face. I'm a part of your government, and I don't care about you. Your issues mean nothing to me. I'm not going to do anything to help you or other people like you, and that is very hard to take. Part of the reason I left doing this is I keep getting emotional whenever I start talking about it and thinking about it. I don't like being emotional. I like to be in control. I like being rational. I like being distanced. You might laugh, people who know me, but I don't like being angry. I don't like being upset at things. So I was upset, and I tried to talk to this woman over social media, and I tried to talk to people around her over social media, and I was polite, but I was firm. I tried to bring up the fact that, this is my experience, because as invalid as I think that is as an argument, it's the kind of thing they seem to listen to when you personalise it, when you make a story out of it. And they still didn't listen. They doubled down. They accused anyone who disagreed with her or brought up men's issues of being a troll, of abusing her and bullying her on social media. So they turned the bully into a victim. Cry bullies, I think's the term going around. It was pointless. Nobody would listen. So they're set in their attitudes, and they won't listen to people, even people who have been through it, who have been through the ringer and come out the other side. Like so many other people haven't. It's the first time in my life I think I have been grateful that I am not a conventional, manly man, sport and skilled labour and all the rest of it, because they're getting it worse, far worse than I am, and with even less ways to cope. Men's issues do matter. The suicide rate does matter. The deaths of heart disease and cancer and everything else matter, and the help that we need is not the help that women need. We need our issues discussed separately. We need our own solutions, not just as men but as individuals. Yeah, we matter. Our lives matter. Our mental health matters. I matter. I matter. And I deserve better from my representatives than to have them laugh at the very idea that these things matter. And I know her attitude is going to have pushed a few people over that final edge. And I hope she can sleep at night.